times you find people doing one thing or the other, all in the name of creating content. And these things, some of them are not even ethical at all. They are not right. They tell you, I would do anything at all if it will bring me money, if it will generate money, because I have to and I need to create content. Hello, good morning. This is Today's Live on Equa Television International, and we're so happy that we're doing this together with you. My name is Jemima Emmanuel, and as you know, every Friday we talk about social media. Yes, thank God it's Friday. So we talk about social media, and today we're looking at the topic content creation. Content creation. What are those kind of content that you create on social media? What do you do with them? Do they help your business? Do they dent your business, or what exactly do they do to you? So today we are looking at content creation. Please, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. Do well to join us. I'm not doing this alone. I have with me on the set today Prudence Burga. Good morning.
Good morning.
Solomon Sambo. Good morning.
Good morning,
Joyce Jakada. Good morning.
Morning. I was carried away by how calm Prudence was looking. I'm just wondering, like, hey, it's Friday, my favorite day of the week. I'm not so sure it is my favorite. No wonder. We want to come to work tomorrow and next tomorrow.
Exactly.
No.
Okay.
But
You don't want to do mission work.
I don't know how to explain it. My weekends are usually more hectic than my weeks.
Wow.
It's like a flip side for me.
As a church girl,
And
as a
PK.
business, or as a PK.
All
As a business
encompassing.
tycoon.
Okay.
You know, arranging sermons, visiting the
Editing.
homeless.
Cooking for visitors.
I'm not aware. I'm not aware I do that.
We should be giving people
Cutting some
special,
materials.
some special form of support as PKs. You know,
Mm.
they always welcome a lot of visitors, especially on Sundays.
whether you
Like it or not, you wash plenty plates.
It's part of the. It's part of the title. It
Oh.
comes with the title.
Okay.
Because the job description.
Okay. That's the job description for PK. So as you're shouting PK, we don't know that embedded in it is okay.
A lot of responsibility.
Oh,
Yeah.
good to know.
Yeah, so today we're looking at content creation. And like I started earlier on, I was saying so many people are doing so many things, all in the name of creating content. Like sometimes you sit down and you are wowed. Like you are behaving this way because you just want to put something out there. So like this whole idea behind content creation, why do people go out of their way doing everything, holding hands with the devil and everybody just in the name of being among content creators, just in the name of having something to place on the table?
You see, it's a
Not
deep
minding
one.
if that thing is eatable or not.
It's a deep one, and it's a
Truly.
thing of concern
Mhm.
when it comes to content creation. Like content creation, we talk about content creation. It's just about producing and sharing like content with your audience in the name of, in a bid to create a brand for yourself or to create awareness as regards maybe your product or your services. But you see, with monetization of platforms, social media platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and others, a lot of people have like given out thrown morality and ethics just in the name of pursuing virality. Like people don't care about value any longer. All they are concerned about how viral can this content go. Oh, how can it generate likes for me? In fact, there are people that now use different tools now to generate likes for themselves. I've seen an individual, an organization that tried to do some giveaways. So they ask people to share it. So the person with the highest likes or comments will be the winner. There's a price tag that was attached to it. So it was like at the end of the day, a lot of people went and generated likes just so that they can win that prize. And the people that genuinely got people to like they didn't get that prize. Why? Because somebody was prioritizing virality, somebody was prioritizing like likes contrary to like what is actually obtainable. And that is what you see even with content creation on social media today. People have disregarded value that what they just I was sharing earlier on how that an accident will happen. instead of somebody thinking of how to help that person that is injured, that is in need of help, like the first thing people do is to just pick up their phone, create content. I've seen people share pictures of even dead persons. I've seen people share pictures of like naked pictures of persons that are helpless, all in the beat of I want to be the first person to
Yes.
create this content. I want to be the first person to share this content. And you want to start asking yourself, where is our morality? Like, how can you prioritize virality and likes over value? So, in as much as I know that for some people that is their business, somebody was asking question that I can understand content creation. I can understand that yes, you want to generate income, you want followers, but I cannot understand why you have to take the camera to your bedroom and even your bed, like exposing your partner, your children, as tender as they are, to the world, like to pop, like the person was saying, I cannot even understand this. So, in as much as is important, we have emphasized as a business and as an organization in this era of technology, like you need to adopt social media, you need to inculcate it in your everyday businesses. Right now, we're streaming on Facebook and YouTube, like it's a social media platform. Why? Because we are in an era where even at work, you should be able to link up to a program. Even on your way, if you're on transit, you should be able to link up. And that's what most organizations do. So, in as much as we encourage that, we should apply some sense of morality. Content generation is not just about video. The text you post, the images, they are all content, and these can either make you as a person or mar you as a person or as a business. We've seen a lot of brands that have gone down because of certain content that they shared. Just last year, I think sometimes in December, there was just some something happened around Terminus where there were rumors that it was alleged that some security agencies, some people just came to their business areas and they saw a hole. And because of the security consciousness, they say, we should call security agents to come and check. When we closed last night, we didn't have this deep hole here. They should come and check. So some people were alleging maybe it's bomb they planted in that place because it's a crowded environment. And they called security agencies and they were trying to check what actually it is. And because people saw the presence of security, some people just ran away, closed their shop and all. And a particular newspaper reported using the image of a bomb explosion. I mean, a terrible explosion, saying that there was bomb explosion in Terminus. And I read it online.
Even had witnesses.
Yes. I mean,
eyewitnesses.
Yes, they composed a news with that picture, with that image of bomb explosion that it happened in Terminus around 10:30 a.m. and we were still in the office. We didn't hear anything. We're not far from Terminus. I remember how that I even went there around 12 p.m. So somebody sitting somewhere in a bid to be the first person to create content, to get followers, to get engagement, decided to report something that was not true. So that these are some of the craze you see, because people want to generate content, people want to share content, people want to get followers, people want to get likes, people want their content to go viral. But I mean, like you mentioned earlier, we should prioritize ethics, even in generating content, even in a bid to make money out of this content.
True.
You know, we are living in a crazy world that, they tell you that when you have money, you have everything. Everything in the sense that you virtually like control everything that happens around you. Like, that's when you have money. That's when security agencies will not even harass you. When you have money, that is when even you are the last born. You have meeting. They have family meeting. They have to wait for you. Even if you are taking your bath, like there's nothing serious, or you are sleeping, they have to wait for you. Then after everybody is gathered, it just say that it commands respect, right? So because of that, people tend to just look the other way around and then disregard what you are just saying. Morality. Disregard morality. Disregard how you are being brought up, how you are being trained, your values, your belief, and then all you are thinking of just for me to just have money that I can just control things around me. That's when they will say, if you have money, you have your way in the court. You have money, nobody will harass you, and you get away with virtually everything. And people just feel, yes, is a life that they want to live, because they feel, yes, with money you can just give your flesh what it desires. And you see, that's just the terrible part of it, because it's a lane that the world is driving, and if you are not careful, you'll be knocked down or you will crash. You understand? But when you look at the world, they don't care. Just live. Make your own impact, whether positive or negative, they don't care. Just live. And if you are living that way, any other thing would not matter. Because you are just living. You don't care about whatever happens around you. You don't care whether you are inflicting pain on other people. You don't just care. All is about you. And that's the life that the world is painting, want to give people. Just self-love is about you. Once you can get it, and anybody will lose it, or whatever happens, as long as it will come to me, I don't care. I can go to any extent. The question is that, okay, now social media is what the people are talking, is because of the
Monetization.
no, the innovation. You know, this is the world that we find ourselves, world being driven by
Digital era.
we're in a digital era. You understand? So people feel, okay, anything that comes on board, just join it without even thinking, why am I even there? You know, we are now talking about monetization. Some people, they are not even after the monetization. They are just after the trend.
Yeah.
The funny part of it, you know, but the chunk of it is the drive because of the monetization. People just want to generate likes. People don't want to generate followers, you know. And you see, people don't want to just watch things that are morally okay. Like, people find it difficult. People just want to see things abstract, like something on earth. How can you post someone's picture that is dead, lying on a cold broad, or someone naked in an accident scene, like without even, because some of them you just find, it's not that they are looking of, okay, for instance, I'm just walking, or we are traveling towards this road and we just saw this accident. Maybe you can identify this person. No. But from the write-up, you will know that the person just want to generate traffic. It's not that he's calling attention
seeker.
for help for those people that are lying down helplessly there. You understand? So we are just living in a generation whereby they only tell you it's about you, nothing else. But that's not our belief. That's not what Christianity is telling us. It's telling you to look after your neighbor. If we can live like that, then the replica of good society, of a place to be, you know, will be replicated everywhere. You will hardly find all these issues of hatred, issue of fighting, issue of war, and because we are being conscious of one another, watching after one another. You know, what is good for me, it should be good for you. But what is good for me and I feel is not good for you, then that means I'm self-centered. I am biased. So the devil is now using the platform to just see how he will recruit people. And you can see how fast that platform is recruiting people. You see how people losing their sanity. Just like the slap of a finger. You just be like, is that not Solomon? What came over him? Like, what's happening? You start asking questions simply because you feel like it's a trend. It's a platform whereby you can do anything and nobody will ask you questions, and you just go ahead and do whatever you feel like doing. You don't care about the next person sitting next to you, or the next person watching, or the next person reading your content that you're dropping there. So it's just that you don't have to be deliberate about what we are doing on social media. We just have to be deliberate. Why are you there? And what are you contributing in that platform that you are? Is everything about money? Yes, money is good, but money is not everything.
It's
If your
actually-
drive is money.
It's actually disheartening how morality, how humanity has declined over time, right? A while back, we had a story of a Nigerian actor who drowned, and when he drowned, and they brought out his body from the river. Ordinarily, the first thing that you would think of as a human being is, how can we see if this person is still alive? Let us resuscitate
Take
him.
him.
But there were clips and videos going around where a lot of people were more concerned about, oh, it's this guy, oh, take a picture, please, come and see, he's the one, they just brought him out of, and that's what everybody was just like. And at the end of the day, the small life that he had left in him, he gave up the ghost. He just died because the immediate first aid that he needed was not given to him. I've also seen situations where a lady I know heard of her father's death from the social media, and the person was not even close to the father, the person who posted it. And so you are beginning to think, where is this person's humanity? What are you thinking? How do you think these children will feel finding out that their father drowned and people were making it?
Making a
Content
content out of it.
How would you think that lady felt finding out that her father has left this world from the social media, from someone who does not even really care? He's just there to make the news. Okay,
To break the
to
news.
break. It's just disheartening.
It's
I'm
crazy.
I'm looking at it from the humanitarian part of it, because if you really have humanity at the back of your mind, you would not go ahead and do certain things that we end up finding ourselves doing. You find yourself in an accident scene. The first thing, as a human being, the first thing that you're supposed to think of is, how exactly are we going to save these lives? Rather, a lot of us are thinking of how quick can we bring out our phones and capture this moment. So life in itself has become moments for us. It is no longer valuable. It is more, what are the likes I'll get from this thing that is happening.
That's why people prioritize negative news now. That's why people do things like trolling. People will tell you good news is not news. It is bad news that makes news. And even like Sambo Solomon said, when you make a beautiful post that will help build people, you hardly get followership.
People
You
are
hardly
not
get
even
people
patient
like
to
or
watch it.
engage in such
Engaging.
content. But that's why I asked earlier on, what is your value? And then what is even your goal in creating that content?
Exactly.
Content does not just revolve around videos only. Like I said, images, text, all of these
Yes.
things are actually
Yes.
content. But what is the purpose behind you creating that content, producing it, and even sharing it? And that is why, whether I get likes or not, I keep pushing. All I know is that I have a schedule that either weekly or daily or more, maybe I have hourly, I'm going to make this post. So what exactly are you do? If people are able to define the purpose in which they produce and share content, then you would not be bothered about, okay, it's like I've been sharing good content and people are not engaging. Let me start trolling celebrities that way. And that's how some other people make their content as well. They will just go and just look out for one celebrity that has a lot of followers, and then they will just go and drag the person. And when they drag this person, his followers will come to their comment section trying to fight them, and they get engagement. There are certain posts that I say this person is just looking for engagement. And
Yes.
honestly, you see how that people are engaging, or somebody can just go and write against about the other gender. Maybe as a guy is writing about females and then writing some kind of
dirty thing about them, and then you see somebody now, a lot of ladies going to the comment section and then attacking. And sometimes people don't dignify this kind of people, but they don't know. They actually don't know. So people deliberately engage in bad news, in fake news, in trolling, and it's really not a good thing, especially trolling people. Somebody said, behind every write-up or behind every keypad is a human like you. So you don't know what it took that person to actually come up and then write certain things. Why would you be that disrespectful? We know we are in an era of technology. Things have advanced. We don't have to meet physically like that to converse. So we don't need to meet to reply one another. But can you be deliberate about the person behind the keypad, the person's emotions, the person's mental health? Sometimes we just drag people without even thinking of. I saw a celebrity that was dragged because of his special need child. I said, people have mind. You are young. You are not married yet. And then you're dragging another person's special child. Dragging him that because he has not been posting his special needs child, or he always shows off his family without showing off that particular daughter that is. And then, what's your business? How is that your business? Then the person decided to post the girl, the little girl. I think that girl is barely 6. They posted the person that so person know that is a content creator or be an influencer. His first daughter is a special needs child, and this is the daughter has not been, like, in the name of seeking for engagement with true morality. So and sometimes we don't know that these things we do will catch up with us in the future. So in as much as you're looking for engagement, what is the purpose behind? Are you actually following trends? This content you're creating, is it because of trends? Sometimes we engage in challenges before we realize that, hey, what's actually the ideology behind this? Because something is trending, they are throwing a challenge and everybody is keen into it. Have you not thought? Do you understand? They will even justify it that finally I've succumbed to peer pressure. I have joined.
I actually saw. There was a time that this challenge went on, and they called it the silhouette challenge. It was literally just, I don't know, people just throwing morality into the wind and being promiscuous. Because why would you just give out the outline of your naked body to the world? Some things are meant to be kept private. They are called private for a reason. But you see, I have come to understand that a lot of people that go ahead and do certain things is because they are uninformed about what they are going ahead to do. And a lot of us are driven by what the crowd is doing. So because the whole world is doing this thing, so I'm going to do it because that's what is in vogue. Recently, there were a bunch of young people in our house, and everybody was just gisting, and they kept on shouting, "Oh, we need to do this challenge, and we need to do that challenge." And I was asking, like, what exactly, after you do the challenge, then what?
There's satisfaction now.
You feel among,
yeah.
Feel among.
Then I was trying to process it through my brain. I'm like, at the end of the day, it's not like you even know what you're doing. You're just, because you're trying to imitate other people doing this thing, and you just want
the
to
one
do
I
it.
can never understand and relate to is you going to sleep with another person, have sex, and then videoing yourself in a bid of creating content. Like, we've seen situations where people were paid money just so that they can be videoed, they can be taped, having sex with somebody that they don't know. And they accept.
Or something.
And they accept. Even animals, they accept. Can you sleep with dog? And then I'll pay you so amount of money. But I'm going to tape it. What if you like tape the whole body? I don't have a problem as far as you give me the money. And that's what some people will say. Just in a bid to create content. This is the kind of crazy ideas that people come up with.
And Joyce, you would think that this is narrowed down to just huge amounts of money. But you could hear someone talking about $10 or $20, and they're asking you to do very weird things. I personally came across one clip where this man was literally just going on the street and seeing two people together. He would say, "Let's make a call and prank your spouse, or prank your boyfriend or girlfriend," and say something like, or like just or prank your best friend,
Mm.
and the things that at the end of the pranks are not just harmless pranks.
If I give you 1 million, will you leave your boyfriend? And the person will say yes. Will you leave your husband if I give you 500,000?
I actually
But
saw,
do they give the money?
I actually
don't
saw
know.
one. I saw one that saw a couple coming out of a building, and this couple were just walking, and they were just walking, and this guy came and met them, and he said, "Can I have your wife for the night? I'll pay you this amount of money." And he allowed his wife to go, and it was just crazy. I was trying to understand why this would be a content to even start with. This is you letting go of everything that seemingly looks right. Literally, some people are just doing things that are negative out there and saying that this is content and saying that this is content, and they would just rub it in on your face even if you're not interested in seeing things like that. And it's interesting that the whole world tilts to this kind of content more than it tilts to educational and knowledgeable content.
Is it not evident in the decay we have in the society today?
Exactly. You see a baby being stuffed and almost dying, and someone is there making content of it. It's a baby. She's helpless. She has no idea what she's doing. And he is making content of what she's doing when it could be harmful to her. I've seen a lot of very nasty things being written about people, and you begin to think that the person who is concocting this, or the person who sat down to write this thing, is he aware that something like this could happen to him as well? They're not even thinking of it that way. So when you go on the social media and we're talking about content, everybody is just gearing towards how much likes I'm going to get, how much comments I'm going to get, to the extent that if you have more comments than likes, is a problem.
You know, this
would begin to-
this whole content thing is supposed to be a good thing,
Yes.
because when you create content, you're creating awareness, you're enlightening people, you're telling people something they did not know. You're even giving them tips on what can help them in their different
Exactly.
endeavors. But then it is a pathetic
It is
thing.
abused.
While you were talking, while everyone was talking, something just came to my mind. Where I stay, just down the next area where I stay, we had this news one morning that there was a girl. Obviously, it was a girl. She dumped her newborn. There's this trash that we all dump refuse, and then time to time people come to pick it, and then a newborn was dumped there. Now, the dumping of the newborn is not even the annoying thing, but the fact that everybody was trying to snap this newborn and be the first to post. Probably this newborn was still breathing at the time that everyone was trying to create content, but at the time everyone was trying to confirm if this newborn was alive or not. That child, she was a girl. The girl was dead already. A newborn, there were no clothes on her body. So at the end of the day, they had to just tie in a nylon and then find how to dispose of the body. That is where this whole content thing has gone wrong. Where people are supposed to come in to help. What is so bad in telling people about it after help has come? I think that is where content, because you're not telling people, you're informing them that this is what happened, but at the moment she is receiving help. But the only content you had was a child was dumped, and then that is also, how is that a complete packaged content? Someone said recently that people have been asking him about his family. He has a child and a wife, and they were saying, how is your wife doing? She said she's fine. How is your daughter doing? She's fine. Are you sure they're all right? Like nothing is wrong? He said yes. Why do you ask? We've not been seeing you post your family. You've not posted your wife.
it's
You've
not
not
even
posted
normal
your child.
that you are
So
not
we're
posting.
thinking probably they are going through something, or they are physically challenged or something. So we just want to be sure. So he was like, it has gotten to a point that people take your own problems on their head because you are not doing what they think you should do. Not everyone is a content creator. That is one thing that we need to keep at the back of our minds. And not everybody, Joyce said earlier on, we are in an era where everyone wants to just showcase every single thing that is happening in his life. down to the bedroom. We're in an era where there are people that don't want you to know anything, not even 1% of what is going on in their lives. They want their privacy. So why don't you let them have their privacy? And then the one that wants everything to be showcased, that is fine. But you don't just say, because I am posting my family here and there and you're not posting your family, something is wrong with your family. That is not the idea, because content generation is there to help people. The social media is there to help people. So in as much as it has been monetized, you should not also do just anything for the money. You should also have some dignity in whatsoever it is you're doing, so that at the end of the day, you're getting the money, you're still dignified.
Honestly, you see, I find it disheartening that even people that don't even have something substantial, and I'm not belittling anybody here, but you're looking at the celebrities that you would think their whole life is up there for you to see, and some of them are telling you that their greatest regret is bringing their children out to the public, is showcasing their lifestyle at home to the public, and now they feel like their privacy has been intruded. They no longer have privacy.
See the one person that decided not to show the face of her child. What happened to her on social media? They said the child belongs to another person simply because she chose not to show.
You see, so these are celebrities that their lives are already there on the internet, and everywhere that you go, you're seeing it, and they're complaining of how much harm it has done to them, because some things that some people should not know, some things that some people can use against them, are being showcased out there on the social media. They're coming out with I've seen some of them coming out because they know that paparazzi would definitely be there to picture them. They would dress in very weird looking things, and it just becomes another funny thing, because this
Another
person
content.
wants to exactly another content. There's one celebrity I saw about that every other paparazzi comes to take a picture of him, but any picture that you're taking the same thing, because he's wearing the same thing always. And so people would think that it's a stale picture. And so this is someone trying his best to make sure that some part of his life is kept private, right? But some of us are not even looking at that. You're saying that you don't even have what it takes. You're taking it to the social media. You don't have the car, but you're taking a picture beside somebody else's car and standing there. So if someone decides to come and say, oh, let's kidnap this guy, he has money, how are you going to pay the ransom to leave? There's no way you can even save yourself, because you're lying to people. That's another extreme that people have gone to get content up there on the social media. You tell things that is not to you on the social media. And because you tell certain things that are not to you on the social media, you're misleading people and making them think that if they come your way, they will get what they want. That in itself is one content that would not be helpful to you as a person, as well as not going to be helpful to other people. I'm not saying that you should showcase your whole lifestyle on the social media. No. In fact, it's even better if you keep everything private. Privacy is key. Write things that are intentional. Be very intentional when you post things on the social media. If you're going to create a content, make sure that it is something that is tangible, something that someone would use for the future. If you're going to if you need to write about someone, even mainstream medias cover other people's faces because of the stereotype and because of the tints that it would have on the person in the future. For instance, if a girl is raped and you need to capture the moment, right? For mainstream media, you see that they find something to cover up her face or something, so that when you put it out there, later on, if life goes on, if she decides to tell people that she's raped, fine. It's her choice. But at this moment, you would not infringe in her own privacy just because you want to give news. But you see, on the social media, we have neglected these rules that have been guiding the media all this while. We have left them behind. And because we have left these things behind, morality, humanity, even the psychology of the person that you're capturing or the person that you're writing about, you're not putting into consideration. I've read of a number of people who committed suicide because of things that were written, not even captured about them, written about them that were untrue. I've heard of people committing suicide because someone decided to leak a sex tape of them out there just because of content. And people, I really just don't understand how your mind works, that you're not thinking that this could probably be me. This could be me that people are showcasing out there. It could be my body that is lying down in cold blood and pictures are being taken and captions are being written. It could be, can we think of ourselves when we are posting certain things? Can we think, would we like this thing being to be done to us when we are posting things? And also, one that I'm disturbed about is that as a lady, please, you can have content without having to showcase your whole body to the whole world. Content don't sell your body just because you want to.
That's following trend. That's succumbing to peer pressure. Because like we said earlier on, established prudence, people do not like to read good news. People are carried away by things that are negative.
Yes.
So this lady will feel, I've been posting here, I've been doing video, nobody's liking, nobody's following. Okay, why not? Let me just add a touch of nakedness, a touch of my breast outside, a touch of some shots, bomb shots that like your butts will show and all of that. And you see somebody will sit down with a bomb shot or a vest that is exposing their body and they are marketing their product. Hey, SDD, hair, this. And you're wondering, what exactly are you marketing? Is it you're marketing or you're marketing the hair? Like I've seen a lot of business owners or vendors market their product and I had to ask myself, what are you marketing? Is it you are marketing yourself or you're actually marketing what you're selling? Because what you project more is the breast that is not covered than even the SD hair, SDD or whatsoever hair that you're actually trying to sell. Exactly. So sometimes I begin to wonder, or you're trying to showcase, do a video about your product and you're doing some kind of giving some kind of looks like I'm available. You can get the product and still get the vendor. So you're
buy one get one free.
Do you understand? So you're now wondering. See, in as much as I know that we live in a digital era and the world has transcended, like communication, relationship have moved online. So regardless of your location, these are even the globalization that we're talking about is as a result of advancement in technology and the birth of social media. So in as much as we want to connect with our audience, with our followers, with our friends, we don't have to do it the wrong way. Like there are people that have made it big from content creation and they have also given back to the society because they got it from the society. Like we've seen people that have promoted their brands, their business have gone global because of the content they created. I do a business and for any time I have, like all the customer base that I can boast of is from the content I create on social media. So there are times that I'll just say, oh, I don't make posts, and people, you've not been seeing me make posts. I don't have the capacity right now to take orders because I'm busy producing for those that I've taken. But at any point I make a post, I get somebody saying, oh, I want this product. So people have made it big. Organizations, brands have been promoted, brands have grown because of content creation. We have advised severally that if you are into business, if you have a brand, you need to always promote it. Like not posting on social media is like your shop being closed physically, because if the social media in itself is another location or a platform for you to sell. So if you're on social media and then every day you're not making a post, it's like you closing the door to your shop and anybody that comes can just pass. But by the time you make a post about your business, about your brand, you see that people are, whether they like or they don't like, whether they engage you or they don't engage you, like you are creating an image in their head that when they mention like a product that has to do with what you sell, the first image or the person that will come to their mind is you that always make that post, and they would like to refer you to people. So in as much as we always tell people, see, promote your brand, or be deliberate about social media, take advantage of these tools. Yesterday I read a post about that the young guy made, how he met his wife. He's about getting married to the young lady. He said it was just high. He was even thanking the owners of Facebook, Mark, saying, "Oh, thank you for this platform, because just through this platform I got a wife that he was really celebrating and all of that." So these things are not entirely bad, but they can make or mar you. There are people that were lured and they were killed because of the content they kept creating on social media, the impression they built on social media. You kept showing your body, saying you are available, and somebody say, "Oh, come," and then they now use you for ritual. So can we be deliberate about defining our purpose? Why am I even on this platform in the first place? Which one works for me better? If it's business that I'm doing, okay, can I get my customer base here? Can you define your purpose? And don't mislead your customers. If you say you are into this business and tomorrow there's a trend that has nothing to do with your line of business and you're falling into it, you end up misleading your audience. So can we be deliberate? If you're a Christian broadcasting platform and you're on social media, let that Christianity be seen in your content and in your posts. And that's why as we are right now, we cannot go on a commercial break and be playing Skelewu or playing some kind of music or putting out some kind of product like an alcohol or what, because we are a brand and we have some things that, like policies that guide what we do. So can you stick to who you are? You see some people waking up every day making a short content about, "Oh, Jesus is Lord, you need to serve with the whole of your heart." Tomorrow there's a challenge about one secular or something, you see them forefront. Do you understand? So take advantage of social media, make the most of it by creating content that are educating. I know I've come across a lot of content on social media that I read and it impacted on me positively. There are people that I had to follow. There are pages I followed. There are educative content that I went through even on YouTube that impacted me. So it is very important that we are deliberate about making the most of these things positively. So you as an individual, don't let your timeline be littered with anything. Be deliberate about people you follow. Be deliberate about the friends you keep. There are people that I muted on WhatsApp. There are people, because the content they share is not adding up to me. There are people on Facebook that I unfollowed because the content they shared, like, it impacts on me negatively. So can you declutter your platform too, as well as an individual? Beyond saying these people are disturbing us with content that are not building us, can you also be deliberate about what you see and the people you allow in? I think it's going to be helpful.
Yeah, very true.
You see, I want to say this. As much as these platforms are there for us to join, for us to throw whatever we want to throw there in the name of weather trend or in the name of you trying to make your account fat, there is a consequence to whatever action we put in whatever we do. I know even this platform that we talk about, that people rush, people throw all manner of things, we know there are people that are being deliberate, just like what Joyce said. They are being deliberate of why they are there and what they are doing. Because even me, there are some people that I'm following on YouTube on their content that is 5 years ago, but this is the first time I'm stumbling on it and I'm finding it helpful. I'm clicking, sitting down and watch. So imagine that content of 5 years ago, people are still clicking and are still watching. So it means that good content will always generate money as long as that content is there. People will keep stumbling on it. Because day in, day out, people are joining this platform. People are seeking for information there. So definitely people. So it's not about what you do now and you're thinking is what I do now that will generate content for me or followers or comment or like. And you're not thinking about the future, because that alone can just give you a drive to just put anything and then not thinking about the implication of that thing that you're throwing tomorrow. So we should know again that this same platform that people are rushing simply because they want to get money out of it, some people are being paid heavily to stay out of it. Please, we are paying you so that you will not drop anything there, so that you will not engage with people. Some people are being paid. So think of it. So if you're talking about money, there are ways that you can get legitimate money that you will use it and God will bless it. So think of that. And then tomorrow you see this social media, people can dig it. And the way we are now, the way the world is going, I'm assuring you till 4th generation, 5th, 10th generation, people can still dig your content as long as you drop it there. So we should be careful, because you never can tell what your 3rd generation can be. Maybe somebody is there kept for a purpose for that particular generation, but that content of yours, simply because you are his lineage, can just scatter everything. So think of your next generation, how what you do is going to impact on them. Please, can you just think? Don't remove self in you. Just remove that self in you and think about your generation to come. How
I can't count the number of times I wanted to make posts and I delete them and just not make them. Why? Because I'm thinking of, in fact, there are some that are even harmless, but the thing is that the understanding of the viewer, the understanding of the reader. If that person, because you can't put everybody at the same level of understanding, because people are different. And when you have such people, there are people that, whether you like it, you can never convince them that this is a meme. It is you. It is you. Like, it is a totality of you. So that's how people see us. There are people, I saw a content creator that was defending, him and his wife were angry about trolls. People trolled them. People were insulted. They dragged them because of their posts. And then they came and they were making video that you cannot drag us. You cannot abuse us. You cannot conclude because of a 3-minute video. That out of our 24 hours, you cannot use 3 minutes to judge us. You will explain and get tired. Because people are not seeing the remaining hours. Imagine 23 hours, how many minutes? It's not their business. Is that 3 minutes? And they will use that 3 minutes and they will define you. I've seen people say, if you use my post to define me on your own, you get it wrong. But I don't get to see the remaining hours. So it is what you post that people will use to define you. Can we be deliberate? See, before you make posts, don't be quick to, hey, guy, this thing made me laugh, and you screen grab it and you are rushing to your WhatsApp to. But can you think what is behind, what's the ideology behind this meme? What is the idea? There are some that just do it to just crack jokes. And people, at least sometimes you are just so angry, and then you see a post and you just laugh. And you even share with, see what somebody, you just laugh about it. Yesterday I was sharing one that somebody made a post and said that, it's not, the issue is not about, I'm not justifying dating a married man as a single lady or as a single guy. But this person made this post and said that the issue is not with dating married men. The problem is when you people fight. The next minute you see him, he will just upload his family picture, his wife, and say, oh, my family, my everything. And we laughed about it. I was like, see this one. I mean, okay, you've been dating this single guy, you didn't know you have a family. Just because you call her and say, how far, babe, can I come to your house? And say, my boyfriend is around, you cannot come. You know that I'm stealing time with you. Like, I mean, the relationship is illegal. So she just said, no, you can't see me now. Or she said, no, I'm busy. The next minute, the guy will just go to his WhatsApp and his Facebook, post his wife, post his children, and say, my family, my everything. So we just need, and we see posts like that, and we just laugh about it. Yeah. But then we need to be deliberate. I mean, read in between lines. Even if those funny jokes, like, out of it can be something that will be detrimental to you. Some Muslims was talking about even 4th generation. There are people that came out to contest for political positions, and their videos of old were digged out and they were used against them. They had to come out to do videos again to defend. But then people are like, no, now this is, and it cost them even the position that they're actually seeking for. So don't do things that will be detrimental to your name, to your family name. Somebody can go looking for something that is really qualified for, and they will just say, you say your name is Sambo Solomon, so you are related to that person. Say, no problem, you hear from us. And then behind us, I shared the story of a girl that also lost her job just because she came online now. It's not
Mm.
Facebook. Let's just make posts and people engage. And so this morning I went to school. On getting to school, my proprietor was now talking about this and that, and people engaged in that post. The next day she went to work and she was served letter of sack. And they said they saw her post that the woman said, "Do you know what it take me to build this organization? You just want to bring it down." And for her, it wasn't anything serious. She was just trying to make a post about the day, like how the day went, and then some catch fun with what happened. And the woman said, "No, I will not allow you just destroy what I toiled so hard to build." So let's be deliberate. In as much as you want to follow trends, challenge, you want to be the person that is sharing meme, you want to be the person that is catching crews or like giving the jokes, be deliberate about it.
Exactly, and it's really important that you think really deep before you post something. I know that a lot of times people think that thinking deep is overrated, but that's not it.
They'll tell you serious, you are too serious about
Thinking,
life.
thinking deep doesn't necessarily mean that you are boring, because I've heard a lot of people saying I'm boring. Well, I agree. And I've heard people saying things that if you're not engaged in these things, you're a blocker. There are a lot of slogans that go out there, right? In my generation, we have a lot. Yes, we are back again. It's a new year. And so it is quite important to actually think deep and be creative with your time. You don't have to go all out and copy what people are doing in the form of content, or go in the negative direction just because you want to get content. Embedded in us is greatness, and because you are great, you're a great person, because you are a special person. You have specialties that you can actually bring out to the world to see. Think of those things and bring them out to the surface, and not just things that people you think will just bring in traffic to you. Traffic is good, yes, but it's not what really matters. So think on what really matters before you go on the social media and go around posting things. It is very imperative that you are conscious of what you're posting on the social media, because just as Joyce said, there are times where some of the things that you posted are being dug. You go for an interview and they will tell you, "Oh no, because of this thing that you was posted on your timeline, we cannot employ you." There are times that you would go out. For instance, I'm not saying that this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I have heard of people that were refused certain positions just because they had posted what they felt about certain controversial topics. And so you are you ready to embrace the results, the consequences of what you're posting? If you are ready, go ahead, by all means, go ahead and do it. But if you know you're not ready, please do not even think about it. Just let it go.
Especially when you don't know the shape and size that the consequence will come in.
Avoid it.
Just avoid it. Thank you, Prudence. Thank you, Solomon Tambo,
You're
Joyce
welcome.
Jakada. Thank you. It is important that we remain deliberate when creating content. It is important that you really remain deliberate. You should know what you are creating. Do not go with the trend. If you cannot beat them, join them. No, if you cannot beat them, run away and do the right thing that you need to do. Thank you so much for doing this with us. And until we come your way next week, do have a blessed weekend. Thank you. Bye.